Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, here we are. Do I have my sunglasses? Oh no, bestefar. Here we are. I can put this pair on. They're not as comfortable. Welcome to another session of COTW The Angler with imBestefar, your host. And friends, family, fans, all you followers, I think you're awesome sauce. Coming off a couple of fun days, and we're just going to get into it right away. We've got no legends available. That's because they've been caught. And let's see. I'm just logging on for the first time this morning, I'll be honest. I've been hanging out on Discord, helping users and answering questions and whatnot, so you might find me there. Look at this, I have popped at the bass spot in GRR. So without doing too much, I'm going to just go straight into my challenges and just get my dailies going. Turn down the music a little bit, see if I want to do any of these specific ones. Whitefish or perch, no thanks, no thanks. We'll do 30 kilograms. We'll do 3 of anything, of course. And we can, oof, 3 gold is going to be tough. 4 gold, that's tough. That's tough. So we'll shoot for the perch. That's certainly easier. But before, makes me laugh because it might be a while. It's been a while since I've caught perch. So we're quickly gonna look. Perch need bloodworm, cheese, and bread. Let's just make sure my pack's got that. I've got bloodworm, and I even have cheese, and I've got a pretty good sized hook. Like I could probably get away with using the 5 or the 6. It wouldn't hurt for me to grab a 10 though, something way bigger. Here's how you know, right? If your bait is red worm and the hook min is 10 and the hook max is 7, you better have one of those, and I would start with 10 if they're tiny fish. So let's make some room quickly in my backpack. But that's going to mean we run quickly over to the store. So let's just get back over there. Let's get back over there. I'd like to welcome you to your Tuesday. I'm going to be switching out the music a little bit today too. We're going to go ahead and go into storage, go into our hooks. We're going to grab this 10. We'll let go of the 2 for now. There's no reason to carry that. Because I'm just going to catch, perch. So, a 10 or even a 9 would be good. So I'm going to take a 10 and a 9. And I'm going to scan the map first. We need perch, so where can I get perch? Probably any place I've got a small lake, a small pond. Any of these, right? Any of these up here that I haven't been to. But look, here's one right up in here, and probably can get them here. Why don't we go on a small hike? We can even get them here. Let's go down into here real quick. Hey you guys, I'm kind of excited. So first off, if you watch my stuff, I could really use followers, and I'm just trying to disseminate more of my content so that as more game change comes, I'll know better what to go do for you guys. I'm having a ball playing the game, and my character's kind of maxed out. I've saved up 80K, and I can go buy the biggest rod and reel if I want. And I'm catching legends if they pop. So now what I'm really focusing on is learning really the ins and outs of some of the other aspects of the game, and I'm definitely spending time in Norway, and I'm doing the same thing there that I'm doing here. And with my time on the council, I'm having a lot of good action, and I'm learning so much about the implementation of the game. So I can't wait to share when it's appropriate what's coming, and I'm sure it'll be announced soon. Know that I'm spending a good hunk of my time there. So if you don't see me, it's because I'm busy. You can always find me on Discord though. And so for today, we're going to get caught back up together, do some challenges, work with imBestefar a little bit. And we're going to head down here to this reserve and catch. Look at, I think this is such a bug that they blocked me in right away at the zone end. See that? That bugs me. No offense. Cranky old man. Okay, where are we? Look on the map now. We're right down in here, right? So I came down here because I can get perch up here. So before I, obviously walk my cute little butt up there, we're going to drop a line in here and see if we can do that. So let's quickly go to our rig up. We only need a couple of them, right? So my rig up, I have two places I'll do bait. 4 or 3 if you count the 4 rod, but I obviously will do it on 5 because it's my small bass rod, and I like to also use my stale for that because it's kind of a weak rod or a weak reel. Anyway, so going back to 5 is such a fun rig up. It's that little goldie horn. See how it's limited out at 2.5? These are tiny little fish, so I'm going to use my smallest rig up. And I've got the Casio. Notice how it's only a 3.5 on strength. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Maximum line strength 2.5. And I've got a 7 spinner on there. And obviously I've got to rig this up now as shown with a cigar on it so that I can and I've obviously got another float here I'd rather use, but the cigar will work. We're going to put a 10 on, and we're going to go with the red worm, right? Because we're going to try and get those little yellow perch. So we'll stick with rod 5. And we're out here. It's a little dark. I'm going to take my glasses off so I can see a little bit better. I like to be able to see the fish. And I think a super fun place to fish would be right over on that pole over there. Right, I'm just going to run out here real quick and see if I can even see something spawn. Because all we need is 2. This is pretty creepy, by the way. You could fish off that dock too. I was saying fishing right up off that drain vent right there, or on the one over there on that edge, right over there at the end. That'd be another neat spot to fish. But since we're only here for 2, and we don't even know if they're here, let's just go ahead and put 5 out there. There's the cute little bloodworm. Seeing fish spawn. This is the silver mine. So I'm right down here, kind of off from Emerald Lake Plateau, but at the border between the cold area and the plateau area. And we're just going to see if I get anything to take this here before I run over to the little lake that's got them. So today we're going to do a little bit of weird fishing. And if I don't see anything right away, I'm going to run up there. But look, we got something coming in right there. Right where my rod is. See it? Something little. Something little. Could be a perch. All right, let's see. This just makes such a great rod for fishing for small fish. It's called the Gold Horn. And it's a mountain whitefish taking the red worm. And I'm not after that. Even though that's in my weeklies, I am after perch, which also take bloodworm, cheese, and breads, right? So if I've got cheese too, so let's just see, maybe they're still here. Maybe I can put cheese here. And I might have it loaded up already. Yeah, I do. So we'll switch that out. Oh, and I'm going to need to go up a size. Oh, and I only have the 10 and the 9. Oh, ick. I'm going to have to swap this out. Alright, 6 it is. Alright, still on the 5. You see how I did that? I just blanked out that other rod real quick to grab its hook. Alright, so. Gosh, this is so creepy how the stuff just got drenched. Sorry about that. I hit my coffee cup a little bit. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Yeah, it's chill time. I'd like to see if the cheese gets a perch here. And if it does not, and we'll know right away, because I'll see it or not. We're going to give it a sec, because it might take a while for the fish to get there. We'll run up that, the trail runs right up the hill there, and we'll go get them there. So for today's challenge, we gotta find a little bitty fish. So let's mark that on the map. We're gonna run right up here. So let's track that real quick, because we're gonna run back through town the other direction, right? To go back and do that. All right, no action. So I just wanted to see if there was gonna be any of those for us there in that first drop. There's not. That's okay. Let's run over now to the other side. And we'll hike it on over. There's always a chance in the tunnels to find an ancient relic. I may or may not have all of them yet, because I'm always in a rush to get somewhere. I don't always look. So we're just cranking on over. This is a neat little spot I'm heading you to. It's kind of a quiet little lake with a neat view. It's where the railroad ends. It's where the railroad ends. Alright, while that's running, I'm going to liven things up a little bit. Alright. There it is. That's where we're going to get our little quest fish for today. A little bit of a hike to get over here. Give us a little more volume. And I'm going to run over to this little dock. Could also fish from these little points right here with a small chance of scaring the fish off. Which, you know, take your chances. They give you the dock for a reason. Right? Alright, we can easily cast to this area. Let's get out. We've got cheese. Let's just verify one more time. We're after the perch. We want bloodworm, cheese, and bread. We're going to put bloodworm back on now. Just because we're in this instance, we can afford that hook to get on to redworm first to have a higher percentage chance of getting hit. So, there we go. We're on our cute little miniature. We're going to float this thing. We'll get it down there a little bit away from that cigar, 0.3 or so. And I don't know. I'm imagining, you know, it's such a tiny fish that we should expect it to give a warning bite. Look at that cigar sinking. There it goes. There it goes. Fish on! Fish on! Tiny little fish on! Oh, look at that, a juvenile. XP01, I love how it wiggles. Sorry, I gotta do some head banging for a moment. Yeah! Okay. So, did that qualify for our challenge? Is the first question I have. No, because it needs to be bronze. So, sorry. I could have lowered that hook a little bit. But, they're here. We can easily just grind this out now and wait for that hook to do the work for us. Because we're bait fishing. Alright. Again, welcome to your Tuesday. Give you an option to fish or chat with imBestefar. I could probably do better to put that bait a little closer to the shore. These are small fish, they're not out in the middle. But, as I say that, I get a strike, so, you know. A little bit bigger. There we go. So that's what we're after for today, right? Grab a couple of perch, piece of cake. There's one that should qualify. So we need one more of those. We'll put this a little closer to where we can see him come in, hopefully. But this is a really neat spot. At sunset, it gets all orange in here. this is the perfect little place to grab perch because you're not competing with a whole lot of other things. Here it comes. Right there. Look at him. He's going as fast as he can. Oh my God, look at that tail go. 100% fast. Just like you put a small bath toy in. And his little tail's just going. It's like, man, I gotta get there as fast as I can. Fast as I can. Okay. Too much coffee. All right, wait for it. Oh, I love this little gold horn rod. It's awesome. It's in your spin rods. Go check it out. Got a silver that time. So that'll qualify us to complete that quest for today. Look. Kabam! So what's left in the handbook for a quest for today? Well, let's go crank. Because we've got the 3 done, because we got 3 of these perch out of the way. Now all we need is weight. So the easiest place to find weight is Lake Trout. Where do we like to go for Lake Trout? Right down here. I'm going to show you guys a nice, neat spot. And I'm going to hope I have some jigs. So before we do a thing, let's quickly check the bag because we've got to set up this guy right here for some jig. And notice how I have one or other, right? Like if I'm doing spin fishing where the weight of the fish is a lot further down, you'll see me use color to remind me that I've rigged up light. Obviously, this rod will take 25, so I can go with 25, and I'm fishing for weight, so I'm going to put weight on. I'm also fishing deep, so it doesn't matter if it's seen or not. Anyways, I have a 5, and I've got these. These will all work. If we start with the tube, though, I'm a little worried I won't get anything, but we'll see. I know these have all worked. Look, see, they're all level. But I'm going to show you why I'm concerned about tubes. Hold on a sec. I had a lot more success fishing with medium size to get the silvers we're about to go get. So I was hoping I could use medium size bait, you know, soft plastic, but I'm ending up with 2 smalls and the large based on the only hook I have and the only get up I have in my kit. So we're going to start with lot 2, right? And when we look at the handbook and we check out Lake Trout and we go to the inspection tab, you do see that they do take tube, worm, grub, and shad. Those are all the soft plastic jig types, all. Tube first, then worm. And I'm looking for words. I have struggled in the past with the large hook types, wanting to use the heavier hooks to drop down faster and then not being able to get the lake trout to take a bite. So, you know, I don't know what to say about that. I'm looking into it, I'm trying it out, but today we're going to fish with what we got, which is, I think a small tube. I have caught a diamond. This is not where I caught it, but this is where I catch a lot of silvers. So let's go check it out finally. Alright, so did we rig up that 3rd rod? This guy right here? Although this one will do it too, right? Because it's got a mediator. You know, this is enough strength to do it. This guy is at 11, but it's a lot easier for me to do it with this guy. So we're just going to go ahead and fish our quick quantity out with that. I did get it rigged up. Alright, so showing you guys a secret spot. There's no one viewing, so it's really going to stay secret. It's all right.
You know, I'd really like to become a dubstep producer, but I don't know where to begin. Here's an article with steps. Step 1. Pirate FL Studio. The cracked version has a way warmer sound than the bought version. Step 2. Render the project with a bit...
Alright, you're seeing the weather station out there. That's kind of my guide. Because I come out here and I fish off either side of it. Right or left. And I just put the tip of the boat right there, right at it. So I can cast this way or this way. And I'm down here in the bottom left lake, okay? Didn't put a mark on it. No mark. All right, so we're just gonna drop this straight down. And we're gonna drop it all the way to the bottom, and we're gonna just keep jigging in the same spot, We obviously got to let it get to the bottom. And then once it gets to the bottom and I get the jig started, I reel it in about 1.5 meters. So it's just going to jig a little bit up and then drop to the bottom. Just like this. And I do have to wait. But there's tubes. Yeah! And now we go to work. Now we're pulling in a big lake trout from my favorite spot. And if this isn't silver, I'll be totally surprised, because this is really where I can go and catch one after another with a small delay between each fish, right? You can't just overfish. But it's a good place to grind XP for sure. Here he comes. Now, that's a bronzy. Not the best score, but weight in the boat. And they obviously get a lot bigger. Here's the thing. I hesitate. I'm obviously fishing with a large, piece of plastic, but my lure itself is sitting on a hook that's not very big. There's much bigger, and I don't have it with me, so we may end up with just a bunch of bronzes. Don't know. So obviously I can fast teleport back and get here very quickly. But we'll see. If I get a silver on this tube, we'll go with it. And we can also switch out and throw that worm on too, because they're just as popular. All right, let's get the jig going. Let's reel it in 1.5 meters. And then we jig and wait. All right, got it going. And this rig up is obviously super tough. You can see it's the rushy. I think it's the rare. I'm not sure which one. It's the one back from the top. And then that's the Visionary Director reel right there. And it doesn't have any problem pulling these up. Because they're pretty heavy. But notice how we're getting small fish. It's because we're sitting here on this small tube. So what I want to do, I've got to catch 50 kilogram. I don't want to just do it on small stuff. So we're going to do what any fisherman would do, which is properly rig up. So it means we got to go visit the storage, damn it. Yeah, I know. So, when we look at my jig heads, I'm sitting here on the only one of the 5. And what I want to fish with is the medium worm, which, notice, look at the hook size. Minimum of 2. So let's grab that 2. I'll get rid of something else in my bag, like say, let's get rid of those for today. Jigs. Go back, let's put that 2.0 on, and let's go to soft plastics. We'll get rid of this worm, and we'll put on, oh, that's the large one. Oof. I want to fish with the medium. I do. But I'm going to take both of these so I can fish with the 2, you know, the 2 or the 1. If I can get a 1.0 hook, I'd be set. So let's just see if this works for us, okay? Alright, hey, monster's on. Cool. Hold on. What's up, if everybody doesn't know? So, I am imBestefar's first friend in this game is Monster Cat. And he is on my chat today. He's probably just listening into the stream while he works or whatever. He's awesome. I take his advice. He's telling me to use a size 1 grub, and I don't like to use grubs. So we're going to go with what I grabbed, but we're going to go back to grub if it doesn't work. I've got most of these leveled up. I'm just going with what I've used that I know successfully worked here in the past. I just hadn't been rigged up. But we want to welcome Monster Cat to the stream because he's the shit. And I'll just point out that I'm listening to dubstep because he's here. And if he tells me size 1 grub works better, it fucking probably does. But I only have to catch like 2 more fish. So we're not here for the duration. But thanks for the feedback. I really appreciate it. So what do you mean by old method? Wow. Okay, here we are. Let's get that on the rod real quick. Watch, this medium worm's gonna start pulling in silvers. And I just drop them straight down. Oh no. I need to relax my chat settings because my chat bot, which is currently myself, I need to get another chat account, is telling him he can't use the backslash symbol too much. It's like he's swearing. So and he's telling me you can drag shad. You can jig shad or you can twitch shad. I'm curious, do you just jig with shad or do you drag it? Because I'm pretty sure you can pull shad. Yeah, he's kicking my bot's ass. I'm sorry about my bot, man. Like it's a whole lot less stream and a whole lot more fishing with imBestefar, right? We're here to fish. The stream really doesn't matter as much as my fishing does. I'm just being honest. So, not that the fans don't matter. Come on. Anyways, I'll work on that bot. I gotta get an account set up for it. I'm gonna name it Mr. Roboto. Yeah, I jigged straight down too, buddy. just gotta wait for it, right? And hey, you know, I saw a really good bug filed on jigging the other day that I'll share. And it's to make the holding space down for jigging to be a toggle on, toggle off. So press space bar and now it's on. So you can sit here like this if you're monster cat and do nothing while you fish, right? Without a reel on. I'm teasing you, buddy. I know you. In your stream, you don't use bots. You're a good host, though. You're very active. I don't do a very good job of watching it, I'll be honest. I end up watching the stream too much. But it's still really cool to have you on. We're not getting shit with this hook, this 1-0 hook. We're not getting shit with the 1-0 hook. Because I've never used it with this piece of soft plastic, and I think that the algorithm looks for use case on which hook has XP, and they don't even show the XP. So this is kind of a weird place. I'm gonna switch it out though. I'll tell you that, because all we need is a couple of more fish. All we need is a couple more. And I don't think we're going to get any here either. Because it's that medium that I wanted, and I wanted a 2 hook. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to just go do what Monster wants us to do, which is to put on a shad. So let's just quickly fast travel back and go grab it. He's saying that we should use a 3-0 and a shad. And I understand. I'm really surprised I don't have a 2. See, I have none in the light or medium. It's all big hooks. And he's telling me to pick up one. So let's just go to buy real quick. And he's saying go out here to the 3-0 size. Don't use 3. The bigger the hook, the slower the bite rate. Well, that's obvious, right? So, you know, I'm going to start right here. And I'm going to start with 2. And because I've got these and these aren't working, and I feel like 2's where I was at with a sweet spot. So now we're going to swap out and we're going to drag these shads now. But see, here's the thing, I can pull with shad. I just got to get it to the bottom first, right? See how it says constant there now? I can actually do pull with stop and go instead of just jigging with the shad. So you have 2 ways to catch fish if you fish with the shad. And I do like that. And notice how it's hook minimum of 2 for the medium. And then if hook medium of 2 for the worm too. So that's why I lean towards that number 2. So with that said, let's get that in the bag. Oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on. You see that? My screen freaked out. That must have been you, buddy. Must have been you! We're going to take that 2. We'll take the 2-0 as well. Let's switch out some soft plastics now. Let's grab that 2. We can grab a medium. And we can grab that medium worm too. We'll grab both these. Let's make a little more space. Sorry, Doe, we can't fish for brown trout right now. I think we should take small grub, maybe a medium grub. Let's see, I've got to keep the 5 hook around for that. It just becomes a game of what I can grab. Leaving shit behind I would normally never leave without. Alright, that's good though. I'm just trying to gear us up so we can go mess around with this. I don't want the small shad, I don't want the small tube, I don't want the small worm. Alright, so I have a 5 for the grub, I have a 2 for the worm, and I have a 2 for that. And we can let that run. So now, let's gear it up. Sorry everybody, but it's complicated. And we'll start with the shad, even though I'm pretty sure the worm's going to do it. Okay. Alright, buddy, I'll get to your whisper shortly. I don't have a screen for it at the moment. Alright, so this is kind of a fun spot, guys. And I'm sorry I wasn't rigged up beforehand, but this is a neat spot because as soon as your player character can handle lake trout, you can come to this spot, and I'm sure Monster's got more feedback here. But this spot will guarantee you silver after silver after silver if you're properly rigged. And so it's 6,000 points every 3 or 4 minutes, and your player just starts to level, and you get $300 or $400 or credits with every fish too that's a silver. So you end up, you know, being able to gear up and level up quickly on big fish once you're able to do so. So this is kind of a fun spot to do that in GRR. Alright, so let's get out the rig. We've got that sweet Visionary Director sitting on top of the Rushy. We've got ourselves the medium. Hook-wise, here's where we went. We went with the 2 because it's going to serve other purposes. We've got the medium worm in. We're going to go straight down. Yeah, I hear you on the big shad being meant for diamond. You know, if we look at my handbook, which you can see I do have a diamond, but I'm guaranteeing you I'm going to have to dig to see what I hooked that on. It's probably a jig of some kind. Alright, let's get that jig going. Alright, see how fast that medium worm takes it? And then imBestefar is using auto reel, look out! You can make fun of me, Monster, say I told you so all you want, and I'll say, hey, mentor. Can't believe I call a younger person mentor. You've only fished more than me, that doesn't mean you're my full mentor. I love you, buddy. Yeah, 50 pounders, man. So look at this. That's a good fish right there. Look at that thing. They're so fat. They're super fat. Look at that thing. They're huge. And so this is why I like to come out here. I'm still fishing with a good rig up. It takes less than a minute to get that fish in. It was super easy to drop in and pick him up. 6,166 points, right? It's awesome. It's awesome, right? It's a lot of weight towards my 50 kilogram too. I only need like 2 or 3 of those, which is why I brought people here, right? Like, so this is my spot for silvers. I come down here to the water station right here, and I don't mark it because the marker is the water station, right? And I'm in the bottom left lake. Bear Lake does have lake trout in here along these water veins. You can see you're on through here. You'll find lake trout all through here, but they're a lot smaller. So you want silver enough to come here. And it's my understanding that this little lake right over here has diamonds and golds. But I haven't confirmed that. I'm not going to say that it's for real. All right, we're rigging it up. Let's do it. We're up to 5 viewers, everybody. Come on, click that follow link. I love you all. I'm just here for the fun, I'll be honest. And this is where Monster's gonna say, I'll bet you have seen bigger. Monster's gonna say throw that shad in because it's gonna pick up a lot faster than the worm will. And I just got into a groove with this medium worm on the 2, and it just worked for me forever. And I got in a place where I wasn't paying attention to the screen a whole lot and was doing 2 things at once. So I didn't care how long I jigged. Now, thanks for the hype, buddy. You're totally my draw. Everybody on Earth knows who you are. You don't know Monster Cat. He's normally the guy streaming, and I'm in his stream. Haha. All right, dude, we're going to put on that shad. Look, we're not getting shit on this thing. Oh, there we go. It came in just at the last minute. Now, I'm going to go ahead and switch my, I'm switching up my tension. And if you don't, you actually have risk of losing your fish if the tension's too low, even if it's on auto reel. So for those of you that are auto reel type, which I've become a new user. Anyways, there's not enough tension. You obviously got to raise it up. This looks like a small one. Alright, but we're just cranking it. Don't you love how a small one's a silver and it's still worth, you know, points? Ka-ching! 2 silvers in a row. Back and forth we go. Alright. Starting to get brighter. I'm going to put my glasses back on. And I'm real curious how deep you can fish for these guys, because over by the dam on the dry side of GRR, it's like 150 feet deep or more. More than you can spool. Yeah, you're right on the turning the drag down. But if it's not enough and you can't secure the catch, you know. There we go. And if I leave it kind of set up, it's totally right? Like you get used to leaving it set at a certain percentage, you know, so that you're comfortable gauging the fish coming in by how they fight against that set tension that you're comfortable with. My advice to anybody is get used to how those reels feel, because they certainly get stronger as you go up. But I'm also fishing in a spot where my diamond is almost never going to happen. They're all silvers mostly. Even this little guy probably will be a silver. And I don't have to pay attention too much to the differences between the fish. I'm here to grind. Check it, ding 154, which is not even half of what Monster is. Oh, I know, buddy. I know. I wish I could just sit here chatting with you, typing, but we've got to bring in some more fish, eh? And it's a good spot to do it too. I really love this spot. I'll tell you how I figured it out, or why I discovered it. I figured the dev team had to have some point of reference to locate spawns, and they need a deep place in the lake for lake trout. So any place there's a weather station, there's likely a lake trout, was my epiphany. So I started checking it out, and as it stands, I'm doing pretty good. I've caught lake trout at most weather stations. Hey, thank you very much. Check it out. I think we just got a follow. That's pretty badass. Mike 102409 has followed Scott. I am Bestefar. Ladies and gentlemen, big shout out. I'm going to give you a custom cheer. Yay! Yay! Everybody, hey, we'll even lift weights. We'll even lift weights. All right, Bestefar's working it. Oh, you're awesome. Thanks, Mike, man. You're awesome sauce. All right, back to fishing. See, this is why you need a toggle for jigging, right? Because I have to sit here and hold the space bar down. We're at that magical number of 13 followers, everybody. You know what that means. Did you see that strike right after I said that? Bam! Bestefar's lit up today. Hello to Rock Up Paraseven. I probably need to make my chat a little bit bigger so that it's a little easier to see on that screen. It's kind of hard. Hopefully you guys that are on remote hacks, you know, like the Twitch client does a really good job of throwing up a chat over the top of the screen nicely. We're out fishing for lake trout. I kind of have a DJ, sort of. And this is my favorite silver spot, guys. I just want to share it again because I want new players to know they can come out here and grind. And this is the perfect spot. It's down away from the rest of the lakes, right? You're totally by yourself down here. Now, hopefully we've got some people joining in. Looks like somebody's coming in down here on our lake. Having said that, here we are. Let's just get that back out and keep going.
What do you know about all of this?
40 meters of water. I'm pretty heavily rigged up. This is not a cheap rig up with the Visionary Director and the Rushy, but you can get away with less. It's just a lot more difficult to pull those fish up. I do have a mediator rig up on the Gruyere. It's like, oh geez, just barely 15 kg and ready. So I just want to grind. We're just going to pull them in quickly. So that's kind of what we're up to. So I've got my heavier rig up going that's not too out of touch. And we're just going to jig until I get them in here. Hey, thanks for coming, Monster. I sure think you're cool, buddy. I miss you a lot. It was great to sync up with you last night. It'd been a couple of days. I'm glad you're feeling better, and know that I am too. You're a good friend. And for those that don't know, Monster Cat is a great fisherman and angler, and he has kind of a knack for finding where diamonds are. So check him out. Make sure you follow Monster Cat as well. He's definitely one of the best. And every streamer knows who Monster Cat is. Alright, that was awesome for him to stop in today. I really appreciate that a lot. So, we're just out fishing for lake trout. I'm pretty sure we're going to check our challenges just right after this. We're cranking in lake trout one after another. This is my silver spot. Look at that beautiful thing. So beautiful. And you can see I'm just cranking them out one after another. It's the medium worm. It's just magical. And I think it's funny to say that, but it's what it is. I'm going to show you, if you look at my handbook and you go to my latest catches, right? Look at all of them. They're all silvers. Except this first one, and that was because I used a smaller hook, right? So what am I using? What am I using to get all silvers? A much bigger hook sitting here on the medium worm. Oh my gosh, they're just taking it one after another. All right, well, we've got somebody that just joined in. Look at that. Turbier Villette. Wish I could say that. I'm sorry, please, if I really ruined that name, just accept my apologies, but you're welcome to come fish with us. The more the better. A lot of times what happens is I get on a good grind and players will see where I'm at in the lake and they'll come down and they'll just try to mirror my results a little bit. And a lot of it really has to do with the leveling. You know, when you look at my gear, the lures are already maximum. So whatever constructs are being used by the system to determine my lure's effectiveness are maxed, right? And that helps. So level up your gear. Basically, it means just fish a lot. Yeah, it's true. It's totally true. And you know, I don't have any magic advice about how long to jig in one spot. I'm waiting for... It's so funny, I start talking about that and I get a strike. It's how it is though, right? I'm waiting for fish to come into that bait zone. And where I'm at, only silvers seem to find their way. And I can tell based on how much that fish fights against the tension. Is it going to be a big or small silver, or, you know, maybe I'll get lucky and get a gold out here. But there's no bronzies for the most part. Right? That's a small one. That's a very small bronze right there. Still worth, you know, reasonable amount. Oh, hey, let's check our handbook real quick too for the challenges. So we finished our dailies. Now what we're up against is we just want to grab silvers and quantity. So you can see why I came here, right? This is the spot. All right, let that jig get started. And it's a little bit awkward to fish this way with the view being aimed down. And I'm hopeful that something that will be addressed in future releases as well. But man, we're just slaying them now, one after another. Bam, 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 bam. And you can too. You just got to come on out and join me. Get properly rigged up. But I'm here for you. Ask me questions. Find me on Discord. I'm around. I'll help you be a better fisherman. Just like Monster helped me. All right. Looking good. Looking good. It's another small one. But it's still a silver. Right? Still a silver. So I'm not even casting these, I'm short casting them straight out. Right up off this little spot right here. Okay. Yeah! Oh man, it's just awesome. This spot is magical. And this is a really small one, and you can tell because it's coming up so fast. I'm going to show you right after this, we're going to change rods. We're going to go back in strength and show you what it might feel like to use a 10 strength reel versus a 15 strength reel. Because, you know, you're not always going to be able to strong arm these like this big reel when you first start. And these are small fish to the heavy reel. So let's swap that out now and I'll show you what I mean by that. So let's swap this out to this, and we will put a bigger rig up on my big hero here. We'll go over here, we'll rig this guy up. Notice now this is an 11 versus, you know, with this is I think a 15. And then I'm using a 10 versus a 15. So this is not nearly as strong. And it's got 10 instead of 25. So everything is geared back. But we're going to stay on that 2 hook. And we're going to stay on that medium worm, okay? So the only thing difference is these 3 items. But notice, I mean, even the whippet is mostly XP'd up, and the reel is maxed. So that's my 2 rod. And let's see how we do. It's not as strong, so I'm expecting some fight on this, right? So I'm going to scale back my tension so that I'm not going to just, you know, bust one off. All right, let's go. Yeah. So you're just back here wondering, what is it going to take for that fish to come back and hit that same lure? And when it doesn't, I'll pick it up and I'll drop it over to the other side, right? Here we go. Just got to be patient. Okay, so check it out. A lot more work. A lot more work. So far, the fish has taken line at 20% on the 10 rod. And so this really is an example of why, you know, well gosh, even at 25 I'm fighting it. This is why you can't come into lake trout fishing with the idea that they're all going to just come up quick, right? Because the silvers get up to 30 pounds. So that's 15 kilograms, right? That's big. That's big. So it's making this 10 reel, this 10 strength reel really work. But it is working. Notice how that fish is coming up. And I'm willing to bet this is also just a silver. It just shows you the difference in equipment. Boy, it really is working. it's just straining. It's kind of hurt my feelings to watch all that red. You know? It's like, ow, oh, stop, it hurts. But it hurts for that fish too. Because you're maximizing your wear and tear on his stamina at the risk of busting it off. But I'm only at 20%, so I can't do much more. It's got to survive at 20% in my book. And the fish gets more tired as it gets up. But see, I'm 2-3 minutes into this fish with this rig up. So I can't use this rig up for every fish fight unless I'm trying to maximize my XP and my credit draw. So we'll see what that is here in a sec, assuming we get it in. Looks like a silver to me. It's coming up. It's a good size silver. But if this is your first rig up, this is what you're... and you can get this rod for free, right? Because it comes in the download kit. Oh, I'm having a hard time getting that thing up. Come on up, buddy. Yeah. Okay, so there's a big silver on the 10 strength reel. Mass XP, max score, super awesome, right? Took 3 minutes to get that in, right? So, you know, you end up, you know, you can totally fish that way and love your life because you're doing well. But it's just easier if you're going to fish for grind to go in with more strength on your reel and rod. Oh, and I need to change out. I just want to go back to that rig up. I've got to fix that now. I've got to go from here. We'll fish grubs off the small rig up, and I'll go back to my 2 and my medium rig here. And you can see both are doing really well. And it wouldn't hurt for me to see if I can level up my shad now, since we're here. One nice thing is I can let this sink all the way to the bottom, and I can drag it on the bottom. Like constant. I can pull shad as a pull lure as well, or jig it. In this case, we're going to jig it. Alright, here we go. Get that jig started. Now, this is a brand new lure, hasn't caught a fish. This is a shad, so I really don't know what to expect. May not get one for a while, but I know I can switch it out and put that medium worm on in one pull time, and we're back on. But this is how you level up lures. You got to get them out there. You got to get them wet. Got to keep that thing up off the bottom. There you go. There you go. First hit on that lure. Success. Oh, that makes me happy. Pulling in shad at my silver spot. Had a lot of followers join in today. A couple of them. And several new people have popped on today. fishing with our big rig up. We're doing Lake Trout. We just need about 10 more silvers and we'll be good to go for the weekly. That's a big fish. That's a good fish right there. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at this guy. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful fish. Just slayed it. And now we know that we can use shad here too, so that makes us happy. After this fish, I am going to take a men's room break and grab more coffee. So we'll have a small intermission and then we'll just keep going for it after that. We're jigging the shad. Jig the shad, the shad. And we're being patient. We're being patient. And letting that shad do the work. That's why you're patient. You gotta have faith. Yeah, let's increase that tension now back up to the strength we want it to be for such a strong reel. We're back to a 15 strength reel, the Visionary Director on a baitcaster rushy. It's not the top end rushy, it's the second back, one back. Oh, they're just coming in beautifully now. See the difference? Fish is just as beautiful. We pull them in every 40 seconds, right? Instead of 3 minutes. So it's a really big difference. You can really just grind hard with another, as shown, right? Like I've leveled twice today with y'all in this session alone. Oh, you know what we were gonna do? Ladies and gentlemen, because it is, if we look at the time of day, weird, it says 3:42. That must be 3:42 in the morning because obviously it's night. We are going to take a small intermission and let Bestefar go potty and grab coffee. So if y'all don't mind, I'm going to go on intermission for a moment and we'll go ahead and leave this screen up here. Let me get it over where the sunrise will be so that you guys will see some of that. Alright, I'll be right back. Let me leave a comment in the chat too. Be right back for coffee and boys room. Give me 5. Alright everybody, I'll be back. Here we are. We are back. We're back. We are back. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. What are we doing? We're fishing for lake trout. We're at my favorite little spot. And we're going to wrap up our challenge by fishing for silvers. Yeah, my challenges are complete on the daily here. I just got to get, 6 more silvers and 6 more quantity, and we'll be looking really sweet, which is a really good contribution to the XP grind for the day. We've had a lot of action. Look at all those trout today. Look at all those silvers today. And so this spot just continues to crank out for me. So we're leveling up our shad lure today, our medium shad, and it's doing just fine here. Because lake trout will take any of the soft plastics, any. So as long as it's rigged up to the appropriate size hook for the soft plastic, you're good to go. And I'm using medium worm and shad. Like I said, shad before. I've done both today. Here we go. So it's just still working for us. We're just cranking it out, getting a few reps in. Trying to keep myself ready to go. Here it comes. Here we go. Yeah. Just leveling that shad up. We're just grooving on. So I would kind of like to point out how far down that this little spot is. This would spool some early rods and reels, this spot. So you fish here with the appropriate gear. We need 5 more silvers for the day. So we're just waiting for a hookup, so to speak. And it's been fun for me today. It really has. Because a couple friends got on earlier and we start shooting the shit, and the fishing spot's been just reliable the whole time. So I really am going to recommend this spot. For that reason. Because it's super awesome to pull these in quickly right here away from everybody. Right? You can see I got a lot of action. There's people everywhere. But there's no one fishing these silvers down here with me. And I'm just grinding hard. I do know where to get gold. I'm just not after them. I'm after silvers. I'll give you a clue. There's about 10 times more silvers than there are gold. silvers are where the XP and the money is. So take the silver quest, not the gold quest. Look at that sun, so pretty. 4 more to go, 4 more silvers to go. Check it, just got just a ton of them today. We started out trying to get 2 perch, we got 3. Then we got a couple of little, you know, until we got the hook right, we got a couple of small trout, but it's been all silvers after that. All silvers. So I just gotta keep this recipe working. And it's not the fastest spot, but it is definitely always delivered. I can count on it. And that's cool. But boy, is my finger on the space bar for a long time. Yeah! Go. Yeah, look at that big daddy right there. Oh, that's good looking fish right there. It's when you say to yourself, I'm sorry, but that's just so beautiful. Look at that. It's better looking than my sweater. Look at that view, so pretty. Trying to, I'll take one with this. My back to the mountains, maybe I'll get a better screenshot for a good silver. All right, how many more silvers do we need? Holy cow. I see these guys with how many fish they caught on the screen. Have they done this many silvers in a row? No. No. You come to the imBestefar for that. Because I promise you, I know where that stuff's at. Proof's in the pudding right there. It's because I've got karma for salmon. I'm an advocate. And I've released hundreds. Oh, we're jigging so hard for this one. Did you see how I changed my location where I'm putting this? I'm off to the other side. No, it's not to the one of the 2 other spots that I was at. I put it to the back so I could get a better picture, right? Notice how I'm not getting anything. I'm going to show you just how effective this is at knowing where the fish are. If I go back to one side or the other of this, let that drop straight down, I promise you we're going to get a silver. But if I put it to the back, I may not. Which you just saw. I don't know what to say. It's magical. Anyways, we're just gonna try and slam these out, right? Like we're just trying to finish up the challenge for the week, and imBestefars can take a break, and then eventually get over to the Norwegian Reserve later today and finish it up. Jig and the shad, got it right away, yeah! See what I mean? So I don't change my spot. I don't change what's working a lot when I'm grinding for silvers on lake trout, because I know what works, and it seems to just be magical. So I'll label today's stream Slaying Silvers. Something like that. Slaying Silver Lake Trout. Because look, I'm pulling them up one after another. Look at, that's a big one. Yeah. Look at that. That's a big fish right there. 20 plus pounds. By the way, they go up to 30 pounds before they become gold, so that's right in the middle of how big they get. Right? Not bad. Not bad. Take a picture of it just in case I don't get one. So that I can use it for the stream's thumbnail for today. So pretty to have that sun coming up for us. And how many more do we need on the challenge? We're down to 2. We're down to 2 silvers. Can he do it? Oh, he can. He can. He can. Just gotta wait it out. Gotta be patient. Taking a while though, isn't it? Got 2 to go. Makes me want to go lift weights with my right arm, but I'll miss the strike. But I won't let it go forever. I'll just switch it to the other side. Put that worm back on too. I'm over here leveling this new shad. Come on now, we only need 2 more silvers. Isn't that how it is when it gets right down to the deadline and how hard it is to get the last two? Because imBestefar knows he can get it with the worm. He's going to go with it. Right? He's going to say, hey, Shad, I got a worm too, and it's full XP, so let's do it. Bam! He puts it on there. Boy, that's deep, 40 meters. Come on, we need a strike. Sometimes I close my eyes and I just listen for the strike. Boy, I'm just getting it. We've got morning bite. It should be just hot right here. And it has gone cold. So, I'll show you what else I do when that happens. Is I cast along a distance line across the span. And I actually jig it back to me and see if I can increase the bait range slightly. Okay, here's how that's done. Get the jig started. But you'll notice it does stay higher. It doesn't drop all the way back down to the bottom unless you stop reeling it in. Okay, coming in. Feels lightweight. Looks like a silver. Good looking fish. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. We'll use that one for the thumbnail. It's nice. Nice. Alright, we only need one more. So I'll cast out along that long line now and see if I can get one the same way. And we'll go with it. It's been a fun morning, just cranking out the rest of this challenge. Haven't moved an inch. And now we're just going to jig this back. And see if I get anything until it's right next to me at like say 35 meters, and then I'll let it fall down. And nothing. So we'll go back. It's alright. Just gotta keep at it. One more to go. Here we go. Just want to see if we can get another bit of silver in. imBestefar can go mow his lawn. While the sun's out. We're just waiting on one more. Get that magic worm going. Oh, and he's just pulling it. Just gotta wait. There it is. Maybe this is the one. Just gonna wrap up our challenge. And that's awesome. We're only a couple of days into the week's challenge and we'll be done with the weekly. Which means for GRR, all I'll need to focus on for the week is if a legend spawns, I can take imBestefar out and hopefully go spend some time fishing for dailies and then that legend. We'll see. But I'll definitely be here. That's a good looking fish right there. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Wow. So pretty. All right. Well, that's fantastic. So we wrap it up and we level up to 156. Just got 3 more thousand. So, you know, that really helps us out. Now we have plenty, almost 90,000 saved up for my next rod and reel. You know, it wouldn't hurt to just end our show there. Let's go have a peek at what that is. Because it's going to be a bait caster rod and reel, obviously. And the real question is which do I want? So let's have a look. Go to bait casters. I'm sitting here on this rushy right here, right? So it's really not really easy to make a decision. Up to 40K, 36.9 for me to do the new one, right? That seems pretty harsh. I'm not exactly sure which I want. And as I think about what that's going to be, gosh, you know, guys, I'm just going to keep camping on my money because I really love this rushy, this Brer X, because it's just the daddy of this. But look at that, it's 75.50. I don't know if I need that much strength. Part of me says, go to reels and just go get that true mediator. Drop that 45,000 on the rod I already have, right? I already have a really, not that one, this one, right here, the 50-25. because I can already afford that, and I really like the Rushy because it's 210. See how much longer it is than that 1.5, the Virtuoso? I don't like that at all. But I do like the idea of having a maximum rod for the legend fights. You know, so I could easily drop 37K here, and then, you know, 82,000 total to get the true mediator, and then I need some money for line. Right? I'm gonna be so broke. I will. Hey man, I need to peddle money on the side of the street for line because I don't have any money left. I'm teasing, but you can see what I'm up against. I don't know if I need it or not, and I'm just sitting on it. And so that's what's up with Bestefar. And our next session will definitely be right out here at Norway. So without further ado, let's just take a quick peek at what that will be and what we're going to fish for. Yeah, and with some chill. All right, what's in the handbook here? Well, we've got an open set of challenges on the dailies, so we're going to definitely do both of these, and we'll select these at the time just in case I can't get back on today. But I've already really ranked up pretty well. Check it, I just need 10 golds. That's going to be impossible. We're not going to be able to finish this one, I don't think, this week. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll get lucky, right? I know where we can get brown trout, but Arctic char is the real easy one. We can definitely get those. All right, well, we end today's session, guys. I had such a fun day today. I just want to make sure to transition and take a moment to saying thanks to everybody that stops and listens to what I have to say and gives me an outlet to express myself. I'm very thankful and I'm grateful, and I just want you to find peace in your life and know that Bestefar is touched by the gift of your time. So peace and love to everybody.